out all bums. Don't bring that weak shit in here.
4, 3, 2, kick it.
Yo, Chico, expose these clowns.
Dear God! Bull crusher! It's time for the Freddy Chico show to begin! Open up your ears and listen closer! I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watch these clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'm gonna give them most of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watch these clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'm gonna give them most of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I speak for the truth of my people, I will never quit. No fear in my heart, they keep talking while I'm living this. Kneel for the spirit of the fallen, call them Japanese. Them soldiers always raising up our Fifth Street analysts. Is lost in the zone of a fatal sleep. True facts in the story only carry weight. Keep the grind on your mind each and every day. But don't copy off of mine, eat what's on your plate. Respect the Huey P. and Bobby Seale. Malcolm X and the King, cause the dream is real. What I said is what I said, and I mean it all. If you're looking for the real Freddy Chico show, I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watch these clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'ma give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watch these clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'ma give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show.
Welcome, welcome. Appreciate y'all. We're going to get started. Welcome to the Freddy Chico Show, where the truth is revealed and never concealed. We got a hot one for you on Wednesday, Relationship Wednesday. You know how we do when we start. Rep your city. Let me start the timer. Let me know where you're checking in from. Waiting on my Instagram people to come in and my YouTube people. We're going to get started on time. I saw somebody in here. Walter, what's going on? He said High Desert. That's a city? High Desert, California. Okay. How is the high desert out there? Hope you stay hydrated out there. Oh yeah. I think I sent him one, but let me double check. Make sure he won't run in his mouth. Don't want him to miss it. Don't want him to miss it. Okay. $85 and rainy. Okay, so you got enough water. I know you're ready for this topic. Do me a favor, hit that like, share, invite somebody. who might be online right now, some of the youngsters you was talking about, men and women, that you counsel, mentor, if they're available, shoot them an invite. We're going to get started shortly. Ron G in the building, checking in from ATL. I see you, YouTube. I hope you're ready. Because I had people challenge me. I don't know if you saw my 2 lives today, this morning, and this afternoon at around 5-ish, discussing what we're going to be talking about tonight. I just said I hope you're ready. Do me a favor, hit that like on YouTube and share, invite somebody. If they're fans or haters, or fans or realists, because they're gonna call me a hater, but both are welcome. So if you're a super fan, you're welcome as well. We just gonna have to debate. Bring your reasons why you love him so much and so worship him. And looks like the time is up for checking in. Appreciate California, Atlanta in the building, representing their individual areas. Alright, let me get this off the screen. The topic tonight is Tyler Perry movies are black male bashing trash. Tyler Perry movies are black male bashing trash. What's going on, Freddie Silver? I love the first name. Love the first names. He said it stinks in here. Why is it stinking here? Talk to me. Because of all that trash from the Tyler Perry movie? I agree with you. Thumbs up on that one. I see what you did there. Good stuff. So, Miss Doucette, light skin in the building. What's going on, Mrs. Doucette? You better put some respect on the name. Instagram representing. You like Perry, and you are free to like him. And you don't care because you light skin. Light skinned people like him. You know what I'm saying? You and Shamar Moore. But appreciate you being in here. We're gonna get it started talking about this. Freddie Silver, I hope you hit that like and subscribe. Also, if you don't mind, share it, invite a friend in. We're gonna be talking about all things Tyler Perry today. And the reason for it is that someone challenged me, had the nerve to challenge me, claiming I had no idea that I was just, being a hater on his success, and I really don't have evidence or proof that Tyler Perry is a man hater and a male black male bashing idiot who's made money off of bitter black women's despair. Well, before I answer that, you said you don't like his serious movies, though. Are you saying ones? Let me know which ones are his serious movies, because I want to be able to accurately answer that question. Are you talking about ones where he's directed, or one he's like been a actor in it and it's somebody else's movie? But just to be clear on what you're asking. But so with that said, I was challenged. So I said, you know what? When I say my general things, people think, oh, he may never watched it, so he's just talking out the side of his neck, or what somebody else told him. He ain't really watched the movie. That when they challenge me on this, it's like, when I give you my critique, it's going to be so much more than what I just said. They really don't understand. I'm not that one to challenge. Because I'm going to do my homework. And some of these simple people who just think there's nothing bad about what Tyler Perry does because of their own agendas, I nuke them. Okay. You said the ones he directed and starred in, they're really good. Gotcha. So I'm gonna have to say no. I don't like any of his movies. I don't like the movies that he was just an actor in. Or I have no desire to ever watch a movie that he ever participated in. I think he came in on one movie that I didn't realize he was in it, and I was disappointed in it. But Mind Games Uncut is not going to be in the building tonight, but he's handling business. Shout out to Mind Games Uncut. And I can't remember what movie it was. It snuck it in on me where I was like, dang it, I don't watch no crappy movie with him in it. He can't even act like a dude. He's so, there's bad actors, but he's a pretty bad actor. So, give me an example. Name a movie, and don't be afraid that I'm going to light it up, I'm going to nuke it up for why it's a bad movie. But name a movie that you think is his best, in your opinion, that you love the best. Your best movie, your best Tyler Perry movie, you tell me. Because I'm gonna start with this first movie that he came out with and critique it because I was challenged. I could have left it alone with the general stuff that I said, but no, I'm going to be specific because some people just, the elevator doesn't go that high, so they don't understand the errors of their ways, and then there's others that don't care. Okay. Yeah, you said the ones he directed and starred in, they're really good. Name your best Tyler Perry movie that you enjoy. And some reasons why you enjoyed them. And I'm going to light that bad boy up. Because I guarantee there's no good movie that he ever made, directed in, starred in, other than probably Alex Cross, but his acting was so unbelievable. And Alex Cross, nah. That would be probably the worst I could say on that movie. But I'm going to start with Diary of a Mad Black Woman. You out there on YouTube? You still out there? Ron G and Freddie Silver? Talk to me. I see you, Walter. Like I said, I'm gonna start on Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Now, overall, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, it's got to be hard to pick one because all of those movies are the same simple plot, same thing, same drama, boring. Absolutely. And that's one negative thing about it, too, because people want to say, well, Spike Lee started off the same way, but Spike Lee elevated. It's true. They both started off the same. I wouldn't say Spike Lee was as bad as Tyler Perry as far as man-hating, because he had some goofball stuff on both sides, whereas Tyler Perry is just heavy-handed on the men. But Spike Lee had a lot of stereotypical stuff in his first movies. Do the Right Thing, School Days, She's Got to Have It. Those movies were, compared to the movies he's making now, that people don't even know it's him. You know what I mean? So, but people will think you're a hater for even saying that. They don't care how many times he regurgitates the same plot, same theme. It's fresh to them. Because it don't take much to amuse some. Exactly. Spike at least try to be empowering. Like School Days was like a lot about, the fraternities, sororities, and some of the foolishness they do, but still was showing them educated black people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can't say one movie. Well, I think he tried to do that with Good Deeds or something, Mr. Deeds or something like that. Yeah. Pitiful. Now, Roger Ebert criticized Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Gave it, I think, 1.5 stars. I believe that's what he gave it. But Diary of a Mad Black Woman is the quintessential BS. I did not watch Good Deeds, but I didn't like the previews. I did not like the previews. He sounded corny, but you're right. Madea does come out when he is playing a masculine role. It does. Maybe that's why you dislike most, and I loved Alex Ross. I didn't like the fact that they picked him to play a younger Morgan Freeman. I'm like, that's so disrespectful to Morgan Freeman. Like, no. I like Morgan Freeman and his character and would have loved to see somebody else, an actual actor, play Alex Ross's role. Because I almost was tempted. Because that scene where he's like, and popped that shotgun like he really was, about the business. Because I think his wife was being threatened or something like that. And I'm like, you're still not believable. Nah. That's like Pee Wee Herman trying to act gangster. Like, nah, you're not believable. You're not believable. Even old boy from the Jamie Foxx show, who was a nerd on the Jamie Foxx show, but he played a gangster in this one movie. He was believable. As nerd as he still had the image of that nerd, Braxton, but he played a good gangster. Tyler Perry cannot play a gangster. You still there, Walter? I see there's two people in the room. But let me get to this critique of Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Basically, it's a woman who did not work, did not have any aspirations to work. She was just a supportive wife of a rich attorney who they try to act like they met in college kind of thing, and they have some type of disagreement. Then the next day, she finds out he's cheating on her and basically throws all her clothes out into the yard saying she got to go because he no longer needs her. And so she takes the rest of the movie being dumb and moving in with her grandmother or moving in with her mom because she has no way to take care of herself because she's been an invalid her whole life, being taken care of by a guy, and taking it out on light-skinned Shamor, who's the punk in the movie, where he's basically getting drinks thrown in his face, even though he's not the one that did anything to her, and pouring out his heart to her, while she basically takes out her frustrations on her husband, on him, just to spiritually have to go back to the husband to fulfill some obligation she feels she needs to do, even though he's not doing right by her. Yeah, I'm not hating the money. I'm hating the process of the money. You know what I mean? Because that's like me saying I hate drug dealers because they make money. No, they're killing my people. You know what I'm saying? This is no different. He's keeping these bitter women single, which I guess, keep them to yourself. Because if I was single, I wouldn't want to date nobody that thinks his Tyler Perry is quality movies. Just saying. That's just me personally. So for me, it's not hate either. Get your money when I do. Just recycling the plot is neither creative or entertaining. And we're just supposed to be okay with it. Blacks are not supposed to be intellectually capable of anything. We should just watch some repetitive crap and we'll spend millions to make this one guy rich. Because that's the other thing I can't stand about Tyler Perry. He said TP uses the same tactics as corrupt church pastors for gullible women and corny guys. Boom, there he is. Bruce is in the building. I hope you heard what I said about the movie so far. Let me know if you have any questions about it. In the movie, supposed to told her she didn't have to work. Don't care. and she's stupid enough to believe that, or stupid enough to do it, she gets what she gets. If he told her that was the reason why he told her that. So that she could be manipulated and tossed away like trash. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean y'all make pastors rich every week? Y'all made Tyler Perry rich. But for her to sit there and think as an adult that another adult should take care of her finances and her well-being, she is not bright. She is not smart. She is a child and entitled and gets what she gets. You know, because that's exactly what I tell these women that think that they're supposed to do that. What's stopping that from happening? Oh, he might feel sorry for me or sympathy and he won't do that. That's a good point. If Diary of a Mad Black Woman was in the reverse, the woman would be praised. They were like, you shouldn't have been no deadbeat husband sitting around doing nothing. You should have been out there getting a job with your lazy behind. Tell me I'm wrong, Bruce. Let me know if y'all would have been like, yep, that girl was wrong. He supported her. He was a supportive husband, and she just got rid of him as soon as she got money. You never get to see it because she didn't get with him until the end of the movie. So you don't. I mean, all he got was abuse. But I guarantee you, that was what she was expecting from him, and that's what he was willing to give to her. Everything that she was getting from old boy, she wanted, and she was going to get from Shemar Moore. So if they did a part 2, that's exactly how it would have went. Too many women think their vagina gets them a pass on not doing anything else. You know? Because, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, she could not have any children. So what was she doing? But enjoying, because I want to say their house was huge. Huge house. Don't tell me she was doing any housekeeping, because I guarantee they had a maid, landscapers, all that kind of stuff. So what was she doing? But sitting on her behind, enjoying the fruits of his labor. She never quit her job in the movie when she got with Shemar. Right, but what was her job? And could she live on her own? Could she afford to live on her own? No. She was living with Madea. Because what kind of job could she get after not working for so many years? She didn't have a degree. She didn't have no certification. She didn't have no license. She was general labor. What can she do? But people feel sorry for that. It don't have to be based off a true story or not. He said, one more thing, stop acting like this was based off a true story. Actually, there's a lot of people that live this. I know them. I've had conversations with them where they think the man was supposed to take care of everything for them. And I have had a conversation with the men who were taking care of everything until they lost their job or whatever, and out the door their women went. Now, they were taking care of everything until they lost their job. And then all of a sudden, the women are like, I've fallen out of love with this guy. Tyler Perry. But you wanted to challenge me like I didn't know what that movie was about. The drink in his face? Come on. How many of y'all, probably even you, thought that was funny? She told him, I bet you won't be smart with her again. She was a bum, but yet everyone was happy on the scene where Madea cutting everything in half. She didn't do anything that helped the family or the house. She didn't take care of the house, kids, or anything. She was just there. That is probably why she got cheated on. What are you talking about? I don't. What you mean, Bruce? He said TP movies just gasses toxic women. Absolutely. And like I said, I don't feel sorry for him. And I'm not angry. People are like, oh, I'm bitter or jealous or envious of Tyler Perry's fame and fortune or whatever. If these women really think Tyler Perry, Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, all these people are going to help him get there, good luck with that. Just don't be mad at me when y'all sitting there in front of the churches telling me your crybaby testimonies because y'all fell for the same dumb crap y'all watched in movies over and over again. Over and over again. I mean, the meme that I seen, I think I posted a couple years ago, where it's like, some people actually don't want help. They love the attention of asking for help because they keep choosing these dumb dudes. And I didn't disagree with you on that one. I agree with you 100% on that, actually. You said, like I told you before, everybody looks at movies with their own lenses. Yep, I have no argument for that. He said, people mistake being real honest with being angry or being a hater. No, some people see through the bull crap. There you go, right there. You know what I mean? Because, off topic, there are people that think Kill Bill was a good martial arts movie. And they so full of crap, but hey, that's to them. They have no have no sense when it comes to martial art movies. But to each his own on that. But to piggyback off that, there's a lot of people that are like, they can't stand their husband, they can't stand their baby daddy, they can't stand their daddy, that's what they receive from it. But don't want to be honest and say, hey, I don't have a good relationship with my father. That's why I'm saying that. You know what I mean? He said, how's Steve Harvey going to be an expert or give a couple of advice? He's been married like 3 times. Yeah. And he cheated on his ex-wife or ex-wives with the current wife. Like, I'm sorry, what? But he ain't never been too bright. His whole comedy's been on how dumb can he be. So I never really, until he came up with that movie and people started buying his stupid book, that I'm like, y'all are dumber than him. Like, who is dumber? The dummy or the one following this dummy? You know what I mean? He said, top parents are usually forever single, bitter, and lonely. Over 35 thinking Chris Brown would still be their husband. Chris Brown, really? Who thought of what? Who thought what? He said, now we may disagree on the Kill Bill movies, although I don't view Kill Bill through a martial arts movie lens. Yeah, I mean, and I'm just speculating, but I guarantee you the reason why you like Kill Bill is the ladies in it and their attractiveness. But Uma Thurman is a terrible ninja. What's her name? Lucy Liu and Vivica Fox were better fighters than her. And I want to say it was another female in there. Both of them were better than Uma Thurman. Exactly, Bruce. You're like, Kill Bill was a martial arts movie? Yeah, it's corny. The only movie that I think I've ever liked that Quentin Tarantino did was no, he did 2. The one with the vampires and Pulp Fiction. Only 2 movies he's ever done. Everything else has been trash. Quentin Tarantino, you know, and I will never watch that Slave movie with Jamie Foxx. Can't do it. They were going to town with that N-word. I can't. I want to beat up Leonardo DiCaprio in real life. You know what I'm saying? Where do y'all draw the line between different lenses and facts? For some people, for some things, there's always a point where you get proper context. That's a good question. Can you answer that one, Bruce? Where do you draw the line between different lenses and facts? Pulp Fiction was good. You know. And you don't even know about talking about some movie. You still defending this darn Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? It's better than any Tyler Perry movie. Although I'm suspect on Tarantino because he always finds a way to drop the N-word in the movie. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. He looked like one of them closet racists that try to pretend like he friends and he really isn't. He said, I know a good amount of women who are over a certain age between being single for years and still call Chris Brown their husband. That's what Tyler Perry fanatics will say. I sound like a bitter old man, but they don't think they're bitter for enjoying all these Tyler Perry movies. They're wonderful. When they critique men, they're trying to be helpful. When I'm telling them what they need to do to get a man, I'm bitter. Like, get a job, open your own door, that's bitter. Don't do nothing, let a man take care of you, that's wonderful. What's going on, Derek? We're talking all things Tyler Perry. No, it's more than that. It's more than that, Bruce. It's more than that. He said, I'm only saying the facts in different lenses because there's always an author or something who can or will say the real meaning of something regardless of how others interpret it. Yeah, like that Antiman, what's his name? Lee Daniels. His motives, his lenses play into his movies where they're negative towards men. You know what I mean? Yeah, Tyler Perry, Derek. He said, bro, movies are just like sports, 2 hours of entertainment. That's all. Negative. I disagree. Point example, and this is not even a Tyler Perry movie. I forgot why I went to go watch it. But back before, I was given black romantic comedies, the eye that I give it now, but went to go see Waiting to Exhale. Don't know why. I think something might talk me into that. Left the theater and women were literally mad at every dude they saw. Entertainment. But it was such a man-bashing movie. Like every dude on there was terrible. Except for like the tap dancing dude. Who was trying to holler at the big girl. But everybody else was trash. Whitney Houston's dude was trash. Lito Rashawn's dude was trash. It was like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, if you ever watch A Low Down Dirty Shame with Jada Pinkett, most women are like Jada Pinkett's character. Gregory Hines, appreciate you. Most women are like, and dudes too, are like Jada Pinkett's character, where she was an avid soap opera watcher, fan, or what have you, and so she was on the Walk of Fame or what have you, and saw one of the actors in a soap opera, her favorite soap opera, So she runs over there like a fan, but then remembers he's the biggest, hoe on the show. So she punches him, puts him on his behind, and tells him, "Don't ever do this," blah blah blah. That's not entertainment. That's insanity. That's what I'm talking about. That's not, hey, we just watched the movie. It don't affect you. Oh, yes, it does. Absolutely. When Xfinity is sitting there talking about you should drop the top 3 like you would drop your boy, or drop your man, boyfriend, husband, or whatever, that's not entertainment. That's some bull crap. You know what I'm saying? He said, I can speak firsthand experience how the unrealistic romance aspects of movies like Tyler Perry movies and others can ruin a relationship. Talk about it. Elaborate. The women expect the man to live up to unrealistic expectations. Shake my head. My thing is, unrealistic is in the eye of the beholder. But if you know you can't give that to a guy, why are you expecting that from him? Outside protection. Outside a certain level of protection. But if your expectations are here and you can only do this, you out of pocket. So when is entertainment not going to be the excuse? When people challenge something, it's entertainment. When people praise the same thing, it's empowerment, black excellence, etc. You said you took a nap with Waiting to Exhale. Matter of fact, I think I watched just because I knew Whitney Houston was going to be in it. Because I can't think of any other reason why I wanted to watch Waiting to Exhale. I think I was like, because I didn't like Whitney Houston in the other one she was with the song that everybody loves, Bodyguard. Didn't like her in that movie. Brian, what's going on, my man? Your ex-wife literally told you she fell out of love with you because, and you quote, haven't given her a fairy tale ending. What am I supposed to say to that craziness? She's a gold digger. And an ex for a reason. Someone told her her vagina earns her the right to your hard work while she sits there and kicks her feet up and does absolutely nothing. It's such a blessing for you to be able to call her your ex, regardless of the time you may have put in, invested, and all that good stuff. That is trash. That is trash. No disrespect to you, but that is trash. He said that is up to the individuals. Man hate shouldn't be entertainment. That's the problem. Exactly. Like all these people that are man hating on Father's Day and trying come on, don't take it so serious. But we'll be livid if that was done on Mother's Day. It's not entertainment on Mother's Day. It's entertainment on Father's Day. I'm not sure what you're meaning. You say my ex was too engaged in Hollywood romance bull crap like Tyler Perry, 50 Shades, and that crazy shiny vampire movie. The Twilights, the little sparkly skin vampires. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get you a teammate. Me and my wife are teammates. We provide for our children. We don't provide for adults. We have 2 adult children. We don't provide for them. That's what their 18 years was, preparing them so they can provide for themselves. Man and woman. Both should be self-sufficient. And they've been taught that. Whether they do that, that's on them. You said... Yep, you said you're so much happier now and appreciating life more now, and it's all good. Absolutely. Take it as a life lesson and what you know you deserve and what your teammate deserves when you get that teammate, and I'll be there to celebrate with you when you get a teammate who goes 100% for you as she expects you to go for her. And I did say her. You know, I know I got LGBT fans and things like that. I don't agree with that lifestyle. Don't hate on y'all, but I just don't agree with it. I'm not going to say, hey, you know, or support it, that kind of thing. But I will definitely, I celebrate you guys' accomplishments too. You know what I mean? Because they say the power of testimony, I share my testimony. It's not for me, it's for y'all. So that you can, that testimony that you said can be for somebody else. Somebody else over here that may needed to hear that to go just another step in their, you know, journey. Take that extra step that they may not have felt they could do. You know what I mean? Because too many Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey people out here telling them this is the only way. You know, you're supposed to be opening doors for the women. You're supposed to be carrying their crap. You're supposed to be paying their rent and buying them food. That's dysfunctional. No, no, and no. Absolutely not. But y'all can continue. I mean, don't take my word for it. Don't take my advice. Keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna keep getting what you get. You're gonna keep getting what you get. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, my friend. This is what you get. That's what you get. You understand, my friend? My friend? I mean, I have videos in here where I talk about how to get that right lady, to get that right guy, and it's up to y'all to take heed by it, put it into action, and watch how it works. Watch how it works. That's free of charge. No $19.99, none of that. You know what I mean? A man, you should come to the table with sufficiency, ambition, and so should the woman. Yes, it's dysfunctional. You said you holding a door open for your wife. I back up. Didn't read that. You holding the door open for your wife don't have anything to do with Steve Harvey or Tyler Perry. It does if you think that's your job or your obligation. Being nice is not gender specific. Too many of y'all think being nice is only for the men, and the women don't have that obligation to be that same nice. Now, if you're saying you allow your wife to open the door for you, I have no argument for it. But if you're like, you're the doorman in your relationship, that's Steve Harvey, Tyler Perry. But, you know. He said that's the life of an enabler, not the life of a happy person. Some people keep saying they got tricked by a man in life, but it's because they live like it's a Tyler Perry movie. Right, because I mean, and there's dudes that do it too, so I'm not saying only women are these lazy, don't want to do nothing for themselves, but there are reasons why they're doing it, just like the women are doing it. Because that woman is lonely, and the guy is providing some type of service. Whether it's, even if it's just eye candy, and people, you know, like to have something on their arm, knowing they're not carrying their weight. Both guy and girl do that crap. But I was going into a Dollar General recently. I think it was Monday. Yeah, I think it was Monday. Going into a Dollar General, and this lady looked like she might have had a cane or something like that. But she had been there way before I got there. But wanted to time it so that I can open the door for her. I'm like, nah, not doing that. So she mistimed it, so she missed the door. But you know, I was waiting for her to be upset, like I wasn't gonna stand there and wait for her. so I can open the door for her. What's going on, Jackson? Hey, man, I think your Instagram got hacked because you tried to send me some, hey, did you hear about some empowerment program that's giving a whole bunch of money? And I'm like, that's not Jackson. Tyler Perry movies teaches men to be a crutch for women and calls it responsible. Yeah, that's just foolishness. And I love it when Christians and church people try to say it's scripture when there's nowhere. And I had a couple of ministers, clergy, they had the nerve to challenge me because they thought I just didn't know the word, and name specific scriptures that they added stuff to, like I wasn't going to call them out on it. So it's crazy now they sit there and say even the Bible does not say men are supposed to be providers for the wife. It does not say that. But when you have lazy people that don't read the word, they'll fall for that. Or you have people that are like, well, I can't really challenge it because I don't want the wrath of God on me. Because they think these people are God. Instead of going to the word yourself and studying and showing yourself approved. That's scripture. No, they rely on somebody else's interpretation, like Bruce said, going through their lens, using their lens to read something that appeases to their specific selfish agenda. So you're at work still, 8:47. Take your cheese, you taking a break on your cheese sandwich? I already kind of have a vibe. You're not really spiritual or religious, and you could be spiritual but not religious. So I can understand the cynicism, Mr. Bruce. But the Bible was inspired by God, is the best I can answer for you. Paul wrote most of the Bible, I think all of the New Testament, and a portion of the Old Testament. He said, my old account is compromised. You don't see my Father's face. It's not me. The lion's face isn't me. I will check that. Okay. Appreciate that, man, because I was like, this is not him. Yes, it is. And like, first of all, who are you screaming at? All right, that's not him. And so I reported that account. And I'm tired of hearing I'm waiting for my Boaz. Keep waiting, be lonely. Yeah, because it sounds cute. Because my thing is, and you have to dissect that. When these women are saying I'm waiting for my Boaz, they're not Ruth. And nobody will ask them like, so are you trying to say you're Ruth? Boaz found Ruth. None of y'all are even close to Ruth. But you waiting for your Boaz. And they'll have that corny story saying that Boaz got all these cousins talking about broke and other adjectives that say all of them are cousins to Boaz. And preachers have said this corny joke. So, this face next to you, that's not you, that's your dad? Jackson? First Timothy 3:5-7. Holding to the form of godliness but denying its power, avoid these people. For among them are those who worm their way into households and capture the idle women, Tyler Perry, burdened down with sins, led along by a variety of passions, always learning and never able to come to the knowledge of truth. Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, all them clowns. And I'm a fan of Kevin Hart's first 3 stand-up specials, but I'm dang sure not a fan of him when he went and did that stupid Steve Harvey movie. Both of them. I think it was a part 2. And, you know, kind of like the preview where he was, you know, trying to ball out with Lisa Leslie and she was dogging him out. But, couldn't do it. But, did we get a better answer? Did I answer your question or did I answer your challenge, Bruce? Because I don't want to go away without, you know, sufficiently, you know, this is not, I'm just a hater of Tyler Perry's success, but actually I think he's a terrible individual. His movies are terrible. Granted, I don't know him personally, but his work is what I'm basing it off of, and his work is terrible. You know, he's no different than a drug dealer for black people and specifically black women that eat that crap up and keep them in dysfunction. Because you were talking about entertainment. Entertainment doesn't walk up to me and say, there's no way I don't have a child somewhere in this world that I'm not taking care of. Don't know me from nothing. But it's supposed to be a guarantee that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Based on the fact that I'm a black man. That's all the information they had. No past, no intimate personal knowledge of me. Just the fact that I'm a black man. I was in a program called Maximize Manhood. Look it up. You have to pay for the program to get in it. At the end of the program, you get a sword that you graduated. You passed the class. It had in there every male that read that book was guilty of being a deadbeat dad. If I'm lying, I'm flying. That's not entertainment. Did you find them? I need you to link. Send me the link on those. You said I can't wait until you see the videos of Kevin on stage doing TP man hating stuff. I got to see that. Cause I think he actually responds a lot to his critics. You know, on Instagram, him and what's his name? Ryan Davis. They actually respond. One hater was lit up by him because she didn't like what he said about a funny post. But okay, I appreciate that. Please look it up. Please send it to me, and I will nuke him if it's needed. Cause we gotta stop with this man hating stuff. You know what I mean? Or keep that same energy for these women doing the same thing. You know? Did we lose Bruce? I'm not sure what we're going to do for Friday yet. I think I'm going to get with Slightly Annoyed Mixed Chick, see if she's available. You know, we might do something discussing this racism that is still plaguing us. You know, that people try to act like they don't see. You know, kind of like Bruce can't see the man hating in Tyler Perry. You know, that kind of thing. But not sure yet. So once your mind is conscious of negative self-imagery, you can't help but see the subliminal and not so subliminal images. Yeah, I mean, and that's it right there too. It's like so many people are so brainwashed and trained to believe that this is normal that their everyday behavior is disrespectful to men. They have no idea what you're talking about. And because you're one of the few saying anything about it, you're looked at as a hater. Instead of looking at other people like, why aren't y'all saying something like this? No. You're looked at as a hater because you're the only one holding these women accountable. And these corny men that are trying to con women, because to me, there are two reasons why corny men support Tyler Perry. One, they want to con the women themselves, and they're trying to put up this image that they're the opposite of that, so the women can drop their guard and they can manipulate and abuse them themselves. Or two, they are too fearful to stand up for themselves. And example of that is that there's so many men that will come to me or pull me aside and say, I appreciate you standing up for the men. But would never out their mouth, you would have no idea they were allies. Because they stand with everybody else and say nothing when Tyler Perry says something bad about guys. But when I light them up, they'll come later and say, hey, I appreciate you, saying that because I agree with you. But they're too scared to say it for themselves. Yeah, he said, like you commented on Mind Games Uncut, perception is some folks' reality. And may call this mean. You may think I'm being cold-hearted or what have you. I don't have no sympathy for it, Because at some point, like my father told me, and I know this irks people, but I'm not concerned about that. Get over it. There are so many men and women that sit there and say, this happened to me at this juncture, and I cannot move on because of it. So for the rest of my life, this thing is going to control me. I could never trust men because this guy did this. I could never trust women because this girl did this. And my dad put it in a way where it's like, look, you may not have got every Transformer in G.I. Joe you wanted, but you're an adult now. If that G.I. Joe Transformer meant that much to you, go get it now. Go on eBay and find it and research whatever and get it now, no matter how much money it costs. So you can get that whole field in your life. If it means that much to you. But move on with your freaking life. If there are things that my dad did that I don't agree with, don't do them to your kids. Too easy. But not only do they not do that, they repeat it. Oh, my dad did this to me and I didn't like it. So I'm going to do it to my son so I can get a thrill out of my son not liking what my dad did to me. Because that's brilliant. All right, we got 3 people on Facebook. But only Walter speaking. Jackson, you still there? Y'all do me a favor and hit that share button on Facebook. Let me know y'all shared it. I know probably a lot of people watching the Atlanta game. Hawks playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I appreciate you guys checking in with me tonight. Do me a favor, hit that share button, subscribe, all that good stuff on YouTube. Share on Instagram. Brian, Mrs. Lightskin, a.k.a. Mrs. Doucette, was in the building. Walter, Jackson, Bruce. I never pinned this. Okay. was on Facebook, YouTube. We had Ron G and Freddie Silver. He said it stinks here, and then he left. We gotta find out who Freddie Silver is. But appreciate y'all. Remember, you don't have to think like me, but you do have to think. You're never too old to learn. You're never too young to teach. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mondays are religious topics. Wednesday is relationship topics tonight. And Friday is no holds barred. Hot trending topics. No topics off limits. Just keep it clean with no cursing. Love y'all. There's nothing y'all can do about it. I will see y'all Friday, 8 p.m. Chico out.